Take a seat. Get comfortable. Maybe with a cup of tea, peppermint, chamomile, or just something warm and familiar. What you need right now is simply a moment for yourself. No rushing, no news, no pressure. Because this story isn't about diagnoses or medications. It's about care. About honoring yourself. About small, simple things that can make a big difference. As we age, we tend to listen more closely to our bodies. The heart no longer races like it did in youth. It beats slower, more thoughtfully. But sometimes, out of nowhere, your blood pressure spikes. Your head feels heavy, maybe there's a ringing in your ears. And deep inside, that familiar feeling arises. Something's off. That's something many of us know well. Doctors often call it what it is: hypertension, or high blood pressure. Some of us hear those words in our 50s, others a bit later. But eventually, almost everyone is told, you need to manage your blood pressure. So how do we do that? Yes, medications can help, and when prescribed by a doctor, they are important. But blood pressure isn't only about pills. It's also about daily habits. What we eat, how we sleep, how much stress we hold on to, or let go of. And when it comes to food, there's something worth saying. You've likely heard the warnings. Salt is the enemy, don't eat fatty foods, cut back on coffee. And honestly, that can feel exhausting. Everything seems forbidden. Everything is a no. But what if we flip that around? Instead of focusing on what to avoid, let's talk about what you can enjoy. Even better, what you should enjoy. Because there are foods out there that aren't just allowed. They're actually good for your heart. They support your body, quietly, gently, day by day, like a trusted friend working in the background. There are 6 foods, in particular, that researchers and doctors agree can help naturally lower blood pressure. They help keep your blood vessels flexible. They support heart function. They even make it easier to breathe, literally and figuratively. And the best part? These aren't rare or expensive foods. You likely already know them. You may have grown them in your garden or picked them up at a farmer's market. But today, we'll take a fresh look, through a new lens of appreciation. We'll see them for what they really are, simple gifts from nature that give your body what it truly needs. Living with high blood pressure doesn't have to mean living in fear or restriction. It can simply be a new chapter of self-care. And when that care begins with kindness and patience, it truly makes a difference. This isn't a story about illness. It's a story about life, about a new habit of loving yourself through food, through small choices, and through quiet strength. But before we dive in, let me ask you something personal. Are you watching this because you care about your health or the well-being of someone you love? If that's you, drop a quick comment below that says, I care. It's a simple way to let me know this message is reaching the right hearts. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Longevity Tips if you haven't already. Every day, we share practical, science-backed guidance to help older adults live longer, move easier, and feel better, body and mind. Alright, ready to protect your heart with the power of nature? Let's get into it. Let's talk about something beautifully simple: leafy greens. They don't need fancy packaging. They don't come with bright labels or bold promises. And yet they hold a quiet kind of power, the kind that works gently, from the inside out. Spinach, kale, collard greens, arugula, Swiss chard, romaine lettuce, you've seen them, cooked them, maybe even grown them. For those living with high blood pressure, they can be real allies. Why? Because they're packed with potassium, magnesium, fiber, and a group of plant compounds that help blood vessels relax. Potassium, in particular, is key. It helps the body get rid of excess sodium, which is one of the main culprits behind high blood pressure. When your body has more potassium and less sodium, your blood vessels can open up more easily, and your pressure naturally goes down. Think of it this way: sodium is like a tight grip on your blood vessels. Potassium comes in and gently says, relax, let go. And your heart? It doesn't have to work quite so hard. Leafy greens are also high in nitrates, not the artificial kind, but natural ones that help improve blood flow. Some studies have even shown that a big bowl of leafy greens a day can lower systolic blood pressure, that top number, in just a few weeks. But beyond the science, there's something emotional about greens too. They bring us back to the garden, to home-cooked meals, to something fresh, living, and good for us. You don't have to eat them raw all the time. You can lightly steam spinach, sauté kale with garlic, add romaine to sandwiches, or toss arugula with a little olive oil and lemon. However you enjoy them, you're giving your body what it truly needs, not a quick fix, but steady, loving support. And here's something else. Many people in their 60s, 70s, or 80s say they feel lighter, clearer, more energized when they start eating more greens. It's not just about blood pressure. It's about feeling more alive. If leafy greens aren't part of your routine yet, try adding just a handful a day. One small salad. A little side of greens with dinner. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just consistent. Let it be a new rhythm, a gentle one, because every time you choose something that helps your heart, you're telling your body, I'm still here. I still care. And that care makes all the difference. Berries, tiny, sweet protectors of the heart. They may be small, but don't let that fool you. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, carry a powerful message in every bite. Health can be sweet, natural, and deeply healing. If leafy greens are like quiet gardeners of your blood vessels, then berries are like gentle housekeepers, clearing out what doesn't belong and leaving your body lighter, stronger, and more protected. So what makes berries so special for blood pressure? They're rich in a group of plant compounds called flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, those deep red, blue, and purple pigments that give berries their beautiful color. These compounds help keep the lining of your blood vessels soft and flexible, allowing blood to flow more easily and pressure to stay in a healthier range. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. Over time, with stress, poor diet, or aging, those hoses can stiffen. Berries work like a natural conditioner, softening and supporting your vessels so your heart doesn't have to strain as hard to do its job. Berries are also full of fiber and vitamin C, both of which support overall heart health. And because they're naturally sweet yet low in calories, they make a wonderful alternative to processed desserts that can spike blood pressure and blood sugar. And here's something you might like. Studies have shown that eating just a handful of berries a few times a week can help reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, those top and bottom numbers your doctor is always tracking. But beyond all the science, berries are simply joyful. They remind us of summer days, morning walks to the farmer's market, or maybe even the berry patch you once tended in your backyard. They bring with them something deeper: pleasure, memory, hope. So how can you add more berries into your life? Sprinkle fresh or frozen berries on oatmeal in the morning. Add a few to a bowl of yogurt or cottage cheese. Blend them into a smoothie with spinach and banana. Or just enjoy them by the handful, like nature's candy. And don't worry if they're not always in season. Frozen berries work just as well. They're picked at peak ripeness and retain all the good stuff. Keep a bag in your freezer, and you'll always have something heart healthy on hand. Remember, there's no need to overhaul your diet overnight. Every small choice you make in favor of your health is a quiet act of strength, of love for the life you still have to live. So enjoy your berries, not just for your heart, but for your soul. Garlic, a humble healer with powerful wisdom. There's something deeply comforting about the smell of garlic warming in a pan. It stirs up memories, maybe of a favorite family recipe, a Sunday dinner, or the simple joy of cooking something with care. But behind that familiar aroma lies a powerful secret. Garlic isn't just a flavor, it's a natural medicine, one that's been used for thousands of years to support the heart and protect the body. And yes, science agrees, garlic can help lower blood pressure, especially when used regularly. How? The magic lies in a compound called allicin. It's what gives garlic its strong smell and its strong effect. Allicin helps blood vessels relax and widen, which allows blood to flow more freely. When blood flows easily, your heart doesn't have to push so hard. And that means your blood pressure stays more balanced, naturally. Think of garlic as a quiet whisper to your circulatory system, Let go. Open up. Breathe. Research shows that people who add garlic to their daily meals, or take it as a supplement when recommended, often see a noticeable drop in their blood pressure over time. It doesn't act instantly like a pill might, but its effects are steady, trustworthy, and rooted in nature. But garlic offers more than just support for your blood pressure. It also helps lower bad cholesterol, supports immune health, and has mild anti-inflammatory properties. It's like an old friend, always nearby, always offering more than meets the eye. Now, if you're thinking, but garlic upsets my stomach, or I can't handle the strong taste anymore, don't worry. You can start small. Try gently sautéing garlic instead of eating it raw. Cooking it mellows the flavor and makes it easier to digest. You can stir it into soups, blend it into mashed potatoes, or mix a bit into a salad dressing with olive oil and lemon. Some people even roast whole garlic cloves until they're soft and sweet, spreadable like butter on warm toast. If fresh garlic doesn't agree with you, there are odorless garlic capsules available too. Always check with your doctor before adding any supplements, but many older adults find them helpful and easy to tolerate. What's beautiful about garlic is that it's honest. It doesn't hide. It doesn't pretend, and neither should we. At this stage in life, authenticity matters. Simplicity matters. And garlic reminds us that healing doesn't have to be expensive, complicated, or dramatic. Sometimes, it's just a matter of returning to what works. So the next time you reach for the garlic bulb, know that you're doing more than adding flavor to your meal. You're giving your body a gift. A reminder. A gentle nudge toward balance, strength, and calm. Sometimes, the most powerful things in life are also the simplest. A warm hand. A kind word. A quiet sunrise. And when it comes to your health, few foods are more quietly powerful than the humble banana. You've probably had thousands of them in your life. As a child. As a parent. As a grandparent. But did you know that this everyday fruit is actually one of the most effective foods for naturally lowering blood pressure? Bananas are rich in a mineral your heart absolutely loves, potassium. And potassium is key when it comes to managing high blood pressure. Here's how it works. When you eat too much sodium, usually from processed foods or added salt, your body holds on to extra water. That increases the volume of blood in your vessels, which raises your pressure. Potassium helps your kidneys get rid of that extra sodium. It acts like a gentle broom, sweeping out the excess salt and easing the strain on your blood vessels. In fact, many doctors say that getting more potassium and less sodium in your diet is one of the most natural ways to support a healthy blood pressure, especially as you age. Bananas offer an easy, portable way to bring potassium into your daily routine. They also contain fiber, vitamin B6, and natural sugars that give you a gentle energy lift, without the crash that comes from processed sweets. They're easy on the stomach, soft on the teeth, and quick to digest. And they carry with them a certain comfort, a feeling of warmth and familiarity that goes beyond nutrition. Here are a few easy ways to enjoy bananas. Slice one over a bowl of oatmeal or cereal in the morning. Blend it into a smoothie with berries and a handful of spinach. Spread a little peanut butter on banana slices for a satisfying snack. Or just peel and eat, no prep, no cleanup. Worried about sugar? Yes, bananas are naturally sweet, but they come with fiber that helps slow down how your body absorbs that sugar. And when eaten in moderation, one banana a day, for example, they're a safe, healthy part of most blood pressure-friendly diets. Even better, bananas are often affordable and available year-round. They don't need refrigeration, they're easy to store, and they come in their own perfect packaging, straight from nature. Sometimes, taking care of your heart doesn't require expensive ingredients or complicated plans. Sometimes, it's just as simple as reaching for a banana and knowing you've done something good for yourself, something nourishing, honest, and real. So next time you hold one in your hand, remember, you're holding more than a snack. You're holding a tool for better balance, better health, and a better tomorrow. There's something grounding about a beet. Maybe it's the earthy scent when you pull one from the soil. Or the rich, ruby red color that stains your fingers as you slice into it. Beets feel connected to the earth, to tradition, to something older than all of us. But behind their quiet presence lies a powerful benefit. Beets are one of nature's strongest allies for lowering blood pressure. Here's why. Beets are incredibly high in something called natural nitrates. These compounds help the body produce nitric oxide, a molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. The result? Better circulation, less resistance, and most importantly, lower blood pressure. Think of it like this. If your arteries are narrow, your heart has to push hard to move blood through them. But if those vessels widen just a little, blood flows more freely, and your heart gets a break. That's exactly what nitric oxide does. And beets help your body make more of it, naturally. In several studies, drinking beet juice or eating cooked beets has shown a noticeable drop in systolic blood pressure, sometimes within just a few hours. The effect is most powerful when beets are eaten regularly, as part of a balanced diet. And beets don't just support blood pressure. They're also rich in fiber, folate, iron, and antioxidants, all nutrients that support heart health, blood flow, and energy levels. Now you might be thinking, but beets are messy. Or, I'm not sure how to cook them. Don't worry. You have plenty of options. Roast them in the oven until they're tender and sweet. Boil and slice them, then drizzle with olive oil and vinegar. Grate them raw into a salad for a bit of crunch. Or try pure beet juice. Just a few ounces a day can make a difference. If you buy pre-cooked or vacuum-packed beets, they're ready to eat with no peeling or prep. And yes, frozen beets retain their nutrients too. Beets may even help boost your stamina. Some older adults report feeling more energized when they add beets into their weekly meals. That's the improved circulation at work, more oxygen getting where it needs to go. There is just one thing to note, because beets are so colorful, they can sometimes cause your urine or stool to take on a reddish tint. It's harmless, but can be surprising if you're not expecting it. More importantly, beets remind us that healing can come from the ground up. From roots that run deep. From foods that aren't flashy but true. So if you haven't welcomed beets into your kitchen lately, this might be the time to try. They're not just food. They're tradition. Medicine. A quiet kind of strength. Every bite is a message to your heart. We're working together now. Smooth. Creamy. Comforting. There's something about the texture of an avocado that feels like it was made for slowing down, for sitting at the table with intention, for savoring every bite. And beyond its pleasing taste and feel, the avocado offers one of the most important nutrients for a healthy heart: healthy fat. For decades, many people thought all fat was bad for the heart. But we've learned better. What matters isn't how much fat we eat, it's what kind. And the fat in avocados? It's the kind your heart absolutely loves. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same kind found in olive oil. These fats help lower levels of LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, and raise levels of HDL cholesterol, the good kind. They also help keep your blood vessels flexible, allowing blood to flow more easily and pressure to stay balanced. Avocados are also a great source of potassium, even more than bananas in some cases. And as we've talked about, potassium is one of the most powerful tools you can use to reduce sodium levels in the body and naturally lower blood pressure. But avocados bring even more to the table. They're packed with fiber, which supports digestion and heart health. They contain magnesium, which helps regulate heartbeat and calm the nervous system. They also offer B vitamins, which support energy and brain function, all important as we age. What makes avocados even more special is how versatile they are. You can enjoy them in so many ways: sliced onto whole grain toast with a sprinkle of sea salt and olive oil, mashed with garlic and lemon for a simple guacamole, added to a smoothie to make it thick and creamy, mixed into a salad or grain bowl for richness, or just eaten with a spoon, straight from the skin, pure and simple. Some people worry about the calories in avocados, but when eaten in moderation, about half an avocado per day, they're a heart-smart addition to your routine. If fresh avocados feel too firm, let them ripen on the counter. Once soft, store them in the fridge to keep them fresh. And if cutting them becomes tricky, Don't hesitate to ask for help, or try pre-sliced options at the store. Avocados remind us that nourishment can be luxurious, even in the simplest form. They encourage us to slow down, enjoy the moment, and feed ourselves with care. Because eating well isn't about punishment. It's about pleasure, connection, self-respect. And every time you choose a food that supports your heart, you're telling yourself, I still have living to do, and I'm going to do it well. So here we are. We've walked through a garden of gifts, leafy greens, berries, garlic, bananas, beets, and avocados. 6 simple foods, not exotic, not expensive, yet full of wisdom, healing, and quiet strength. Foods that speak the language of the heart. Literally. If you've lived more than 6 decades, you already know, health isn't a race. It's a rhythm. It's not about chasing perfection or avoiding every wrong food. It's about listening to your body, making thoughtful choices, and honoring the life still pulsing through your veins. Because your heart? It's still beating. It's still working for you, minute after minute, day after day. And with just a little help from nature's table, you can help it work with less strain, less noise, and more peace. Let's be honest, living with high blood pressure can feel overwhelming at times. The numbers, the pills, the appointments. The way one reading can change the mood of your whole day. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if food could become part of your daily medicine, not the kind in a bottle, but the kind that grows in soil, picked with hands, prepared with love? What if meals could be more than something to watch or limit? What if they could be something to look forward to again? Because every time you choose even one of these 6 foods, you're making a quiet promise to yourself. I am not done yet. I still want to feel strong. I still want to walk with steady steps. I still want to laugh with ease, sleep without worry, and wake up knowing this day, this one right here, matters. Let others talk about slowing down. You're learning how to live better. Not faster, not harder, better. With more intention. With more kindness toward your body. With more trust in the simple things that truly support you. So, what can you do today? Maybe it's adding some spinach to your dinner plate. Maybe it's stirring a few blueberries into your oatmeal. Maybe it's setting a ripe banana on the table, reminding yourself it's not just a fruit, it's a helper. Maybe it's choosing olive oil and avocado instead of butter and cream, not out of guilt, but out of care. Maybe it's boiling a beet and smiling, remembering your mother used to do the same. Small steps. Gentle changes. A little more intention. That's how health grows. That's how blood pressure lowers. That's how peace comes. Not from doing everything perfectly, but from doing a few things well, with love. You are not a diagnosis. You are not a number. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a living story, rich with memory, with experience, with wisdom that no one can take away. And as long as there is breath in your lungs and light in your eyes, there is still so much to feel. So much to give. So much to enjoy. So eat well. Not because someone told you to, but because you're worth it. Take care of your heart. Because it has carried you this far, through decades of life, through joy and hardship, through love and loss and everything in between. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you already been eating any of these 6 heart-saving foods? Or are there others that have worked wonders for your heart health? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, seriously, and I'm always learning from your experiences, your questions, and your wisdom. This video isn't just information, it's part of a growing community of people who care deeply about aging well, naturally. If today's message helped you even just a little, give it a thumbs up so it can reach someone else who needs it too. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is your sign. Hit that button and join the movement. At Senior Longevity Tips, we talk all things heart health, joint care, nutrition, movement, and meaningful living after 60. This channel is designed for those who want to live life to the fullest, value their experience, and believe that old age is not just numbers, but a new standard of living filled with health, joy, and meaning. We talk about nutrition for longevity, healthy habits, mental health, important relationships, financial security, recovery from life changes, and the inspiration to live on looking ahead. We choose honesty, care, and clarity because you deserve content that respects your life path and helps you take confident steps forward. You are in the right place, for yourself or for those you love. You're not alone in this journey. You're surrounded by people who care, and who are choosing knowledge, action, and hope every single day. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being curious. Thank you for taking your health seriously. Stay informed, stay empowered, and most of all, stay young at heart. And I'll see you in the next video.